NCDs, like heart cases, a complication of diabetes, and like renal problem as complication of these NCDs. So we really have to fight against this problem. Mortality rate, you mean?
Yeah.
Mortality, men and women slightly different. 60 for men and 62 for women. Yeah.
What do you know? How old the oldest person on the island is?
Be 90. Be 93. Yeah. 93, 92.
And with the birth rate, what's the morbidity rates related to?
Morbidity rate. We have about 40 births in Tokelau. That's average birth per year, and slightly about the same death. That's number of deaths a year.
Okay, so population.
Population.
How many children out of the 40 would pass away?
Oh, below 1 year infant age is 0. Okay. You know, we have our immunization program is one of the best in the world. We have a coverage rate of 98%, which is very high, the highest in the Pacific, and you know, it could be one of the highest.
Adapting to climate change is a challenge for many small islands. Past studies have largely focused on adjustments to sea level rise and storm surges associated with tropical cyclones. The emphasis is on protecting land through hard shore protection, sea walls, rather than retreating from the sea. But more recent studies have identified major areas of adaptation, including water resources and watershed management, reef reconstruction, conservation, energy security, increased development of renewable energy, and optimised energy consumption. Conservation and keeping the islands clean is a major issue. Alternative electricity generation, such as solar power, is an exciting development.
At 415 volt 3-phase to the system, which is exactly the same as the power that is supplied by the diesel power. We still, at the moment, it's only 1.83 kilowatt that is consumed by those 13 houses. Okay. Yeah, and we still need to connect more houses to the system. There is enough power produced by one of the arrays to charge up the batteries. Right now, as I said, the capacity is 10 kilowatt, and we're only using less than 50%, which is about 1.8, 1.9 kilowatt. You know, with the proposed plan that we are looking at, you know, we will have to expand the system so that we can transmit power to the other island using our high voltage system. Right now we are still working together with UN, with UNDP APIA. We provide them with reports on the performance of the solar in Tokelau, and we are also working together with UNDP APIA to expand the solar power within the whole of Tokelau. We are looking at preparing the funding proposal. That will be the next step before we step into negotiation with the government of New Zealand and some other donors who can help to fund this project.
Plans are afoot to explore generating up to 10% of this atoll's power from biofuels and to dispose of diesel generation and its waste products once and for all.
It's an exciting program. We really want to put our our energies behind the solar, try and make it come true and make Tokelau sort of like a prototype for the rest of the region, for small island states, isolated, and so that they won't be dependent on diesel, which is such a, the waste product from diesel power is quite amazing. population is small, so the need for the power is likewise correlates to that. So it's not a very big amount of power we're needing. I'm just trying to compare to the Samoa CocoGen project, which they are also using coconut oil to for the generator and for vehicles, and they're running out of coconut oil. So for a small country like this, if they want to use I mean, there's certainly a lot of coconut, but they're small coconuts. So you have to look at the variety of coconuts here, whether they're the right kind of coconut. I have a doubt whether they are. So I think there needs to be some more feasibility studies done on that to see whether that's a viable option.
Certainly the solar generation pilot program is a success. This home on Whakaofo Atoll is testament to that fact.
You were asking her if she knows the difference between whether they're using solar or diesel, but she said she can't tell the difference.
Here, at this home, there is power to burn.
Now
in Samoa, but for Tokelau, we haven't really looked at wind turbines at all. But, like for example, if there was a viable project, proposal for wind turbines, and they wanted to do an assessment, definitely that's what we are there for, is to help Tokelau to find possible donors and partners to do that.
But on Tokelau, daily life continues. Survival, self-sufficiency, independence. It is a way of life. As we reported at the outset of this report, for those inhabiting Tokelau, one of the most remote and beautiful islands of the Pacific, their want, their determination is to become a living, breathing example of climate change adaptation, rather than become a case study of catastrophe. This is a story of survival, of a special egalitarian culture, a sharing way of life. Theirs is a most unique story.
By Tuesday morning, re-emerge over the Gulf perhaps as a Category 5 hurricane. It is fairly enormous, and approaching landfall along northeastern Mexico sometime late Wednesday or Thursday morning.